Okay, let's create a layout for our category, to create a category and to create a period. Okay, close this root and also this one in our categories. So we have a create category list. So we require a div with column small 6, and under that div we required heading 4, uh, heading 4 and plus we required a horizontal line, and also we will require a farm. So let's create. Okay, heading 4 will be a bold and will be a add category. Uh, to add category, and let's farm, and we will blade syntax to put a CRS token field. So every farm Dirala will require a CRS token to for authenticity for security purpose. So okay, so we required a div with class farm group, the same one that we have already created in companies and our login and registration form. So I am doing again to make your concept clear. So div class farm group and the label, required a label, and plus we required a div class column small 8, and under that div we required input, and let's create it. Okay, div class farm group, and the label will be for name, and the label will be a name, class will be a column small 2, and farm control label. Okay, so input type text class farm control, and the name will be a name, and we require the same if errors to show the error. So if error has name, so span clause help block and strong text danger. So error first will be the name. Okay, so this div, and this one is the this div farm close and div farm group. So after this div we require a button to submit a farm. So button will be submit class button success. So button success, Okay, so in a farm, the action will be our root. So way to submit the farm, we will submit this farm category dot store, and the method will be post role is equal to farm, and class will be farm horizontal to make it horizontal. Okay, so save it, and in that farm we will require another field which will be the input input type, not the text hidden. So we will send our company ID with the hidden field will not show to the user. So input type hidden, value will be the currently authenticated user, and this user will find its company name, company ID, sorry, company ID, and the name that will be sent in a hidden field will be company ID. So if I show you the database, so in a categories table, so we will require a company ID. So for a foreign relation, so the because the category belongs to a company, so whose company, the category to belong to which company. And in a user table, so we have a company ID, this company ID that the currently logged in user has this created this company, and we are sending accessing by using auth facade in our view a user helper function method by and getting the company ID from user table. So it will get the company ID from user table, currently authenticated user, and its company ID will be sent through the field hidden. Okay, save it. Let's recheck one more time. So column small, add category, action, category store, method post, role farm horizontal, cirrus token, input type field, farm group, name, column small 2, farm control label, div class column small 8, input type text, button success. Okay, let's create it for our period. So in the periods, yeah, in a periods we have a create period. The same layout will be used and will be slightly modify this layout in our period. So add period, and the farm, the method will be period dot store, period dot store, and the method will be post. Action is period dot store, method post, farm role farm horizontal. We are sending as a field, and also we will require a company ID that will be a hidden field. And if I showed you the database in our period table, so we'll require a company ID in a period also. Okay, so input type, uh, so div class farm group, and the label will be range. So in a period we have to define from time period, so from which month or week or year. So we will give the range, and the class will be colon small 2, and here we set it to range. So in a div class column small 8, we required input type text. Where it is. So input type text, and the class will be null. So input type text, and there will be no class. And name, we have already a name, so name will be from date. So from, and ID will be from. So we will use a date function of JQuery. So we have to give an ID, and size of the field will be 15 pixel, and we will not require the error here. So let me put it in a div. So div class input data range, and class input group. So input group, and ID. ID will be date range. Okay. So div class input date range input group, and input group, and ID is date range. Okay. Under that we will have a input, and we will require an other input. So let's copy this. So we will give a two input, from date and to date. So here will be, it will be text name will be 2, and the size will be 15 pixel, and so we will require a span here to separate these two fields. So span, and the value will be 2. Sorry. Okay. And let's style this background. Background color. Background color will be pawn sign 5159 5E, and the color of the text color will be white, and padding, its padding from left top right will be 6 pixel. Okay, so save it. Okay, so button success. This is okay, fine. So save it, and now let's go to our uh, categories and periods index file. Let me show you the period first error. So where we will show our error. So we will show these error under this heading. Okay, let's paste it here. So if error has from, so every view has an array of error. So we have a field from and to. If error has from, so span help block, the same thing that we are doing a lot of time. Strong class text danger, and we have a custom styling for this text danger in a style.css, and the error first from, so display it. And if error has two, so if this one error, then display this. If this error has two, so display this error. So hope so it makes sense. And now I will see you in the next video. So we will include this layout into our category periods directory under the index file. So where it is a category periods index file. Stay tuned.